In this video, we'll take a look at various revision techniques that can really help to boost your A-level accounting grade. How do you feel when you try to revise? Maybe even the thought of revising makes you feel negative. Lots of students unintentionally do what's called passive revision. This refers to an activity where you don't really engage with the material, you just sit and read your notes or copy things out of a textbook. Most students do this because they don't know a better way to revise, they've never been shown. Passive revision techniques might feel easier, simpler, and less scary than active techniques, but the simple fact is they don't work as well. They are less effective at getting the good grade that you want. So this is what we'll be addressing in this video. Maybe part of the problem is that your resources are poor quality. If some sections of your notes are poor quality, you'll find it extremely difficult to revise from them. If this is the case, you might find it helpful to subscribe to the study resources on our website, where you'll find topic videos that will provide the opportunity to make some good quality notes. Is the volume of content in A-level accounting feeling overwhelming? You can use the topic checklist available for free on our website to self-assess your progress on each topic. This will help you to feel more organised and to identify the topics where you need to focus your effort. This will lead to an efficient and productive use of your time. Let's get back to talking about revision techniques. Have you been shown many revision techniques in school or college? Maybe you found some that work and are looking for more ideas, or maybe you don't know any active revision techniques at all. Either way, we can help. So don't worry. In this video, we'll be showing you lots of methods that you might choose to use to help you to revise actively. They all involve organising and using information. So you're doing something with the information that you need to learn, and this helps to test and improve your memory. Let's start by being clear about which revision techniques are passive and which are active. In general, passive techniques are not as effective as active ones. However, it's not as straightforward as simply avoiding these. Let me explain. Passive techniques include reading your notes. I'm not saying this is a bad idea. Reading notes can be very important to help you to understand concepts and techniques and to ensure that you haven't missed anything. However, this technique alone is not enough. Making notes from your textbook or class notes can be active, but becomes passive when you're simply copying words from one page to another. So if you are making revision notes, make sure that you pause and really think about what you're writing down. A good way of doing this is to make sure that everything you write down is in your own words, with your own explanation. Watching YouTube videos or topic videos from our website can be extremely effective, but it can also be a passive. Why is this? If you watch a video with only half your attention on it, or if you're not really thinking about what you're listening to, then you won't get much out of it. However, if you sit in a quiet room, really think about what you're watching, pause the video when you want to make a note or have a go at a calculation, then the activity becomes active and you will benefit from it. A very common mistake is for students to spend a huge amount of time preparing a revision timetable. It might be neatly divided into hour-long sections for each day of the week and have colour-coded slots for every subject and topic. But the risk here is that you spend so much time making your revision timetable that you run out of time to actually do any revision. Having said that, a revision timetable or plan is a really good idea. It will help you to map out a route through your revision to the exam. However, make sure that your plan is flexible, so that if you discover that you need to spend more time on a particular topic or subject, you can adapt the plan accordingly. So let's move on to some active techniques. Active techniques tend to be more effective than passive ones, so it's great to concentrate on these. Active revision techniques include summarizing information on some kind of diagram, maybe a mind map or a spider diagram. Question and answer cards, which you can use later to test yourself. Assessing what you know and don't know about a particular topic. Asking someone else to test you using resources that you prepared earlier. Doing practice questions, preferably ones that are of a similar style to those found in the exam papers. Reviewing your own progress using checklists like the one I showed you earlier, where you can record the topics that you have revised and feel comfortable with, and those where you know that more work is needed. Let's look at each of these active revision techniques in a bit more detail. A lot of people are visual learners and are good at remembering a diagram, especially if it has visual elements like pictures. Preparing a diagram for each main topic is a good way of summarizing what you need to know about the topic, and preparing it forces you to go through your notes thoroughly to make sure you haven't forgotten to include anything important. Once you've prepared your set of diagrams, give some thought as to how to best use them. Maybe you could cover up one section of the diagram at a time and check how much of it you can write down without being prompted. Things that you just need to learn, like formulae for ratio analysis or the variance formulae, are best learnt with continual repetition. Prepare sheets that show all of the formulae that you need to learn and then pin them up on your walls. Look at them every day and test yourself to check which ones you know and which ones you don't. Be aware of which ones you need to focus on learning. Making flashcards of key points about each topic is a great way of summarizing what you need to know. Making the flashcards is a revision activity because you need to think about what you're going to include on each card, and you need to go through your notes to make sure you haven't missed anything. Once you've made the cards, you can then use them at a later date to help you to learn the content. They are especially useful in the days leading up to the exam to use to check that you've remembered all of the key facts and techniques. Maybe you could give the cards to a friend or family member and get them to ask you questions about the information on the cards. Question and answer flashcards are a different way of summarizing the information that you need to know. Your friends and family might find it easier to test you if they can just ask you a question and check that you get the correct answer. When you test yourself, or someone else tests you using the cards, put them into two piles. One pile for correct answers and one pile for incorrect answers. Wait a few days and then go back over the questions that you answered incorrectly. You can repeat this process until you can answer all of the questions correctly. The What Do I Know revision technique requires you to sit down with a blank piece of paper and no other resources. For a chosen topic, you then write down everything that you know about the topic from your memory. Just use one coloured pen for this. You can see that I've used a black pen in my example. You may be aware that there are gaps in your knowledge, in which case leave some blank space on your piece of paper. When you've finished, get your study resources out. This may be your class notes, textbook, or some other resource. Using a different coloured pen, go through your resources and add to your piece of paper everything about the topic that you had forgotten. I've done this in red. This exercise has a number of benefits. Firstly, it allows you to accurately check your level of knowledge about a particular topic. Secondly, the things you had forgotten have been highlighted in a different colour, meaning that when you look back on these later, you'll know where to focus your learning effort. Finally, you end up with a useful resource that you can use as you continue your revision. We've mentioned this already, but it's worth repeating. Asking someone else to test you is a great way of making your revision more active. Maybe there's a friend in your class who you could revise with. You could test each other using the question and answer flashcards that you've prepared, or you could compare mind maps to see if either of you has thought of something that the other one hasn't. Practicing exam-style questions is an extremely important part of your revision. It will help you to identify which topics you are already good at and those that require more revision. It will also help you to feel more comfortable, as you'll have a better idea of what the exam will feel like. As you get closer to the exam, practicing answering questions under timed conditions is a good idea, particularly the longer questions and the 25-mark questions that are on both paper 1 and paper 2. Practice as many questions as you can. Don't worry if you've done the question sometime previously. You're unlikely to remember the detail. If you find past papers on the internet, Please be very careful to check that they are the current specification. The A-level syllabus changed a few years ago, and a number of topics were taken out and added in at that time. If you want more question practice, subscribers to Study the Easy Way website have access to a broad range of exam-style questions that are exclusive to the website. Please remember to monitor your progress. Revision is most effective when it is targeted to the topics where you are weaker. Don't waste time revising topics that you already know. If you're not confident about the content in a particular topic, invest some time in that topic. You can go through your class notes, read the textbook, or use the Study the Easy Way topic videos that are available to subscribers. Once you feel you are more confident on that topic, move on to practicing some questions. Record the progress you are making. You can use the free topic checklist shown here, which is available on the Study the Easy Way website to do this. Good luck with your A-level accounting revision. Hard work and time spent on revision is worthwhile, and I hope that we've given you some ideas that will help you to revise effectively and efficiently. Thanks for watching the video. Please check out our website to find free study resources and to find out more about subscription options. And check out our social media, where you'll find up-to-date information and more free study resources, particularly Instagram, where resources are posted on a weekly basis.